Building toll lanes on I-77 from Charlotte to Mooresville is certainly controversial, and so is House Speaker Thom Tillis' support of those toll lanes. NBC's Charlotte I-Team reporter Stuart Watson reveals that some big donors to Tillis' Senate campaign stand to make millions of dollars if those toll lanes go through.
Full disclosure, the tip for this report came from what's called opposition research. Here, opposition research just means Democratic Party supporters who want to make problems for Tillis. So you have every right to take this story with a grain of salt. I certainly did at first, but we dug into it, documented the facts, which raised questions about Tillis' ties to these toll lanes. Toll lanes on I-77.
77 northbound. Backups.
The DOT says they're coming, but many voters don't like it. Thom Tillis supports the toll lanes.
I think we have to take a serious look at toll roads.
But the NBC Charlotte I-Team has found a group of big-time Tillis campaign contributors stand to make millions from your tax dollars tied to the toll lane. It all starts with a prime piece of Cornelius real estate called Augusta Lee. Before the Great Recession, developers dreamed of turning this old farm into something like Birkdale Village, a $500 million complex with shopping and condos. But in the recession, the deal went bust. The bank took the land, and they sold it a couple of years ago at the relative bargain of $7 million to a group of executives from a company called ACN.
Hello! Good afternoon, ACN!
ACN is a multi-level marketer like Amway, only based in Concord. Its pitchman, Donald Trump, promoted ACN on his NBC show, Celebrity Apprentice.
They run a company called ACN, which I know very well.
But ACN executives needed one thing to develop Augusta Lee, a new exit ramp off I-77. With an exit, insiders say their land more than doubles in value, and they stand to make millions. There are already exits 25 and 28, but Augusta Lee needs a new exit 27. But to the DOT, it just wasn't a priority. So who would pay for it? Well, here's the thing. The toll lanes come with all new bonus funding, taxpayer money which could pay for exit 27 and then some.
It's roughly in the area of $150 to $160 million.
Charlotte transportation planner Bob Cook says the state's never offered that kind of money before.
For the bonus allocation is new money coming into the region related to a toll lane project.
So if you take the toll lane, you get the bonus money. You get an incentive.
That's correct.
A little sweetener.
Mm-hmm.
House Speaker Thom Tillis supported the law with the bonus fund tied to the toll lanes. The governor signed that bill last year on June 26th. On June 27th, the very next day, a group of ACN executives and their wives donated $26,000 to Thom Tillis' Senate campaign. Tillis declined to speak with us, but his spokesman said the timing of the donation is just a coincidence because Tillis had a fundraiser that day.
There's no connection to be made there. Try to make that kind of connection is just a leap that I think is going to be very difficult to defend.
Then on September 13th, State Commerce Secretary Sharon Decker toured Augusta Lee. Cornelius leaders wanted her help for Exit 27.
I wanted her to come touch, taste, feel, see, and smell our properties.
And Decker told them there was hope.
And here I've sensed a real desire for a common vision for this community.
The Commerce Secretary toured Augusta Lee on September 13th. On September 18th, 5 days later, a company called TC Investor donated $25,000 to a super PAC, Grow NC Strong, that backs Thom Tillis for the U.S. Senate. TC Investor is managed by a company run by Robert Stepanovsky, founder and chairman of ACN.
It makes it harder to track down who is actually providing this money and who would stand to benefit from it.
I showed Kurt Noss the dates of the campaign contributions. He's fought the toll lanes, but voted for Thom Tillis.
Based on what you're telling me, that certainly has an odor to it.
A lawyer for ACN declined our interview request, but sent me a statement saying the timing of the campaign contributions was purely coincidental.
The alignment sure seems suspicious. Whether that was coincident or not, the alignment does look suspicious.
The original developers of Augusta Lee offered to front the money to pay for the exit and to widen I-77. then get paid back through property tax credits. But now, with bonus money from the taxpayers, the new Augusta Lee landowners from ACN wouldn't have to pay the upfront costs for the exit.
It's obviously a lot cheaper maybe to make a campaign contribution of $25,000 and get the taxpayer to foot the bill for this via toll lanes and some pork barrel legislation.
ACN founder and chairman Robert Stefanowski lives in a $5 million mansion on Lake Norman in Tillis's district. When asked about Augusta Lee, Stefanowski told Business Today NC, real estate's not a bad thing, as long as you can be patient.
Tillis' spokesman wanted us to include that Tillis supported an exit 27 for Cornelius, going all the way back to his days as a town commissioner there, long before the ACN execs bought this property. And he says campaign contributions are, of course, perfectly legal, a part of the process. ACN executives have donated to Democrats as well, like Attorney General Roy Cooper, although not as much. It's up to you as a voter what you make of all this in Decision 2014. Stuart Watson, NBC Charlotte.